Well, hey, I didn't see you. I'm just out here enjoying the days, doing some yard work. But I thought I'd make a video showing how I make Idaho Opals. I've had a lot of people ask how I do it, and so here's a video showing you how to take it from the rough stone all the way to the finished stones that you can use in jewelry. So I hope you enjoy the video.
This is a piece of rough Idaho opal. The opal itself is the ceramic-y white area. It kind of looks like a mixture between ceramic and glass. The rest of it is just host rock that the opal grows in. Most of the Idaho opal that I work with comes from an area near the town of Spencer. That's about an hour north of Idaho Falls. The opal itself is formed from geyser activity. Every time a geyser would erupt, it would carry with it silica-rich water. The deposits of silica would be left in voids found in the rock in the area. As those silica deposits hardened, we get left those pockets of opal that I'm working with like this in the video. Ugh, this is boring. Let's go to the next step. Most Idaho opal that you'll see in jewelry is what's called a triplet. That is where you take a very thin slice of opal, you put a backing material on it. In this case, I'm using a mineral called basanite, and you also use a capping material, and you'll see that I use different types of quartz. Some of it is man-made, some of it is lab-grown, depending on how big of a piece I'm working with. But what you have to do is you have to glue all three stones together. So what you're seeing me do in this portion right here is I am gluing the backing onto the opal. And you want it nice and clean. You don't want any oils or fingerprints, because this is what's holding your stone together. This is the stage where you're most likely to have problems. If your bonding isn't perfect, you'll either see bubbles, which will give a shimmery sheen, a silvery shimmer to your opal, hiding some of the colors, or your entire triplet may fail and separate at the different layers. Now that I have the backing glued on, I can go ahead and repeat the entire process and get rid of the top common opal to really expose that color bar. I also make sure that the quartz cap is perfectly flat and that there's no big scratches or anything else that you might be able to see once it's glued on. This is what a opal color bar looks like when it just has the backing stone. You'll see that there's just a little tiny layer of opal and that there is a thicker layer of backing stone on it. Since gluing the cap on is the exact same process as gluing the backing on, I feel like I didn't need to go through that again. What you will see here is some problems with the glue. I point out right there that little pale spot that you can see, that's a big air bubble, and this entire stone may fail because of it. The final stage or final step into making an Idaho opal into a gemstone that you can use in jewelry is to cut it and to polish it. When I'm cutting opal, I find myself tending to go towards more symmetrical shapes rather than freeform. When you hear a term called freeform with opals, what that means is you basically just follow the opal color and you may make a weird shape, but what you're doing is maximizing the opal color and you're losing less stone. When you make symmetrical stones, typically you have to cut away more because the stones aren't symmetrical naturally. There's not really a right or wrong when you're kind of comparing freeform versus symmetrical or freeform versus calibrated. It's really to personal preference. So if you like freeform, go with freeform. If you like symmetrical or calibrated, go with calibrated or symmetrical. I will say though, it is much easier to find jewelry settings for symmetrical and calibrated stones. Alright, earlier I said I'd look for a joke. So here it is. Why can't you buy minerals by the gallon? Because they only come in quarts. Oh man, that is so funny. What a joke. What a joke. Once we're done with cutting and polishing, we now have finished Idaho Opal stones. This is the one I was working on in the video, and even though it looks pretty cool, I'm not going to use it in any jewelry because I see a little bit of issues with the bonding and the glue. If you notice, it kind of has this silvery shimmer to it. That's not the opal, that's the glue you're seeing, and I'm worried that it's going to fail in the future, and that means I can't use it in a jewelry piece. That first opal is kind of a bust. I'm still a little disappointed about it, but I wanted to show you guys some better opals that I've completed, so here they are. You can see that they can come in lots of different variations, lots of different colors, and they can look pretty impressive. I really like working on them, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm back again. I wanted to show you one last opal. This is a super special and super rare solid Spencer Idaho opal. It was cut here locally by the people at Stewart's Gem Shop, and it is a really awesome opal. If you ever get a chance, go take a look at it.